Guys, it's been a while. Welcome back to my channel, and it just feels really nice to be back on here and film again. But yeah, it's been a while. A lot has happened and I have a lot of updates. Like, I've been in a bit of a weird place with YouTube. I love it, and I've loved that I've helped so many people, sharing my journey of an apprenticeship and working at Google, moving to London. I've had so many lovely messages over the past year that I've been doing YouTube, and it's all been completely worth it, and I'm so glad I've done it. But I got to a point where I was like, okay, how much of my personal life do I share? And there wasn't that much going on in lockdown, so I couldn't film like days going to work, and I was just a bit stuck. So that's kind of why you haven't seen content for a while, because it's just been like an emotional roller coaster, and I'm sure you felt the same, where there's just been days where I don't even want to get out of bed, never mind film a YouTube video. So I'm sorry about it, but I'm kind of don't regret it, because I had to be selfish and kind of embrace what's going on in the world, I guess. Is that the best way to put it? But yeah, I have a lot of updates. I finish my apprenticeship next week. I probably would have already finished it by the time this goes up, but my next week is last week, and it feels so weird. Like, right now it just feels so strange. It's exciting times though. Yeah, basically I have a bit of an announcement. I do have a job, and that feels amazing to just say out loud, because it's just been such a stressful experience trying to job hunt, which I'll go a bit more into. But yeah, so I have a job at a creative agency called VCCP, and I'm working on the Cadbury's account, which is really exciting. So basically what that means, if you're kind of not in the industry, a creative agency creates all their adverts and all the TV campaigns that you'll see whilst you watch your Saturday night TV, all the social campaigns. They cover everything. Whereas when I was working at Google, I only worked on YouTube campaigns, so all the things that you'd see whilst you watch YouTube. But this will cover everything, and it's just on Cadbury. So yeah, I'm so excited. One, it's just a relief to have a job, but to have a job that I'm really excited and I genuinely feel passionate for, I feel so grateful in this climate to be able to have, because I know a lot of people aren't in that position. So I feel extremely lucky and very blessed, and 2021's off to a great start, and it's my ticket back to London. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting times ahead, and I probably will document some of it on this YouTube still, because I do love having the memories to look back on, and just, you know, some of my videos when I started Google, and how the way I spoke about it and the way I acted, and so interesting for me to look back on. And I feel like I've completely transformed as a person and grown so much. I've been saying this to a few people, but I think just apprenticeships in general as well, the person that you go into an apprenticeship as and the person that you come out is completely different, just because you're so young and there's so much learning to do and experience to gain that will make you think differently about a lot of things, and just the people you meet as well. And that's one thing that's made me feel quite emotional actually about leaving, is just the people. Like, I've been having my final catch-ups with people, you know, just saying bye and explaining what I'm doing next, and everyone's just genuinely so supportive and nice, and it's completely made my experience. That's been the biggest takeaway, and it's been the best thing about this whole thing, is the people that I've met and the friends that I'll probably have for life, and if not, just connections that I'll always be able to check in with. And just having people in the industry makes a huge difference. I guess, like, I can speak quite positively about it now, and that's why I finally made an update video, is because I know what I'm doing next and I have a job. But yeah, I was in bits, especially before Christmas. I was stress head, like just massively worried about the future, and I have big expectations for myself. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I was just worried about, you know, what if I don't get another amazing opportunity, and the current climate is really difficult for entry-level jobs and young people to find jobs. There was a lot of points, like I wouldn't say I actually applied to too many, and you know, I didn't really get that far in many stages of my applications either. But I think the biggest struggle I faced was actually knowing what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't really move forward with many things because I didn't know what I wanted. So I applied for a few jobs here and there, but none of them I felt passionate about. And this job that I've got now just goes to show it was the first job description that I wrote where I was like, okay, this sounds really interesting. And the more research I did about Cadbury's and the people that I'd be working with and the company culture, the more and more excited I became to join the company. And then all the interviews, so I had 2 interviews, one with 2 directors, one was global and one was UK director, and then the second interview was with the head of account management. And both of those interviews just felt like genuine chats, and I was able to connect with them on a creative level. We'll be discussing different creative campaigns and the work that Cadbury's done, or VCCP in general. And yeah, it was just really, it was a really positive experience, and the whole way through I just enjoyed it. Obviously I felt a little bit of nerves, but it's just so nice to know that you don't have to lie in anything you're saying. And you know, when you really try and prep for certain questions that you might get asked, when it's coming from the heart and it's so genuine, like, it just makes it so much more of an enjoyable experience. So I'm very grateful that I've kind of found something that I'm really happy with, because I know it's kind of a luxury that not everyone has right now. So yes, I'm feeling very grateful and blessed. And you know, it's such a weird time of reflection. It feels like we're kind of all leaving school, and all the apprentices, seeing what they're going off to do is amazing. And I guess for anyone considering going into the Google apprenticeship, it might be worth you knowing that in the past they haven't really hired many people into the actual company straight after the apprenticeship, because often you need to have years of experience and you need to just be a lot more senior. It's happened on rare occasions a couple of times, but it's not expected, and from the outset they tell you that a role isn't guaranteed. So none of us, especially in the COVID climate, expected to stay at Google. But we were given really good virtual sessions, Q&As with people that currently work at entry level in Dublin. So the way it works, a lot of the entry-level roles and more junior roles are all in Dublin, and most of them are in sales or kind of software engineering roles. So yeah, we had a lot of Q&A sessions and a lot of help from recruiters within the company to kind of just give us a feel for what our options would be if we wanted to stay in the company. And they've actually hired, from what I think I know so far, I think they've hired 7 apprentices out of 23, and not all of us applied, but those that did apply, majority of them have got in so far, I think. So it's really reassuring to hear, especially if you're considering a Google apprenticeship but not sure, if you're a bit cautious about next steps after Google. It's quite nice to know that they're maybe considering apprentices for permanent roles, and they seem a lot more open to that, whether it's just because of COVID climates and they're kind of empathising with us a bit, or whether that's just the new structure of how the apprenticeship goes. I'm not sure, but it's just good news either way, and I thought I'd share it with you guys, because even though that's not my route, it's definitely probably of interest to some of you. So yeah, that's what's going on with us all, and hopefully at some point this year I get to move back to London. I'm so excited. I love my family, but I'm very ready to kind of live on my own again, or I would love to live with friends, or just, you know, kind of have that life again. I think I might do a couple videos of like what I've learned over my past Google apprenticeship, you know, and really think of some key takeaways and advice to give you guys as kind of like a roundup and a recap, because I think that would still be useful for those of you considering the apprenticeship and not quite sure. So yeah, other than that, I mean, the content on my YouTube will probably become very inconsistent, because I'm just going to do it as and when, and I've really shifted my mindset this year of just like, I just really want to enjoy life again, and there's way more to life than work. When I started the Google apprenticeship, I've always been very driven and a very ambitious person, and I think that probably started to eat away at me a little bit. Like, work started to consume my life, and that wasn't, you know, them putting loads of work on me. It was me probably just saying yes to way too much, and that goes for the YouTube as well, like just putting my all into it. And yeah, sometimes it's just not what you want, and there's nothing wrong with my YouTube, and I'm not going to stop it forever, but if I don't feel like doing it, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I just want to have fun, and I want to be present and make the most of everything. And I want to put all my focus into starting my new job, and I've been putting a lot more effort. So I manage the social accounts on a podcast that I co-run with another digital marketing apprentice. It's called Your Future Forward. If you don't follow it already, you definitely should. We've been releasing some like exciting reels, and there's a lot of stuff going on there, and we've kind of grown in followers a lot this past month, so it's really exciting, and we really want to push the potential of that account and see where we can kind of go with it. So yeah, all kind of advice about careers, I'm kind of just putting it all on that page, so definitely go follow that if you kind of miss the content that I used to provide. But I think from now on I'll keep you updated, because I think it's just good for some of you to know kind of what does an apprenticeship allow you to do. University, we know kind of what grad roles are available, and I think if you have hesitations about apprenticeships, and especially where they can take you next, it's just good for you to see my experience. I think I'm going to stop it there because I don't want to talk too much, but it's a very exciting time. Can't believe this apprenticeship is over. Like, where has that time gone? I can't believe I've been doing this YouTube channel for over a year. I can't believe I moved out of my London house almost a year ago. It's just, the world's crazy at the minute. The world is moving mad, and we're all kind of just we're just having to go with it, aren't we? But yeah, I feel very positive about this year. Of course I have my down days, but compared to last year I just have a lot more hope, and there's going to be a lot more going on this year, which I'm very excited for. So yeah, I really appreciate all the support you guys give me on my YouTube, and I can't believe I haven't posted in 3 months and none of you have kind of left, so I really appreciate it, and I just thank you for following me on this journey. It's really cool to have kind of shared it with you guys and been able to help people with it. Like, I think the internet's a very powerful thing nowadays, isn't it? And although there's a lot of negatives that it brings, it's really cool that we can do things like this, and I can kind of engage with you guys. And I've been rubbish at replying to my DMs on Instagram as well, so I'm really sorry if you sent me a DM. I didn't ignore you. I've kind of just not had the mental capacity to kind of give loads of people advice over text message and stuff, so I'm really sorry for that. But like I said, I've had to be selfish, and I've just been focusing on work and finding my next opportunity, but everything all works out in the end, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're all well, and I hope your families are staying safe, and again, I'm forever grateful for all your support on my channel. So yeah, thank you so much.